FUT are very good at sort of breaking those norms. In the early stages of the round, though, we're going to have to build up in towards that A site. Leading that charge, Carpe with the Tiger, and Saya's already in.
He's done well to find the first, but he's stuck inside those mollies and can't make his way out. A nano swarm kill onto Saya, and a blindsided swing. Ada Captain only gets one for his trouble, but the numbers, they stay in their favor as FUT control the site. The spike on the floor as well, and Munchkin has no idea on that final player. He spotted him now, but not able to adjust in time.
Zed's aggressive position, he's got to be careful. There are multiple players just around this corner. The flash connects, but he's not going to aggress off it just yet, and Mr. Fallen is already going to put this into a further advantage. They need a bit of a hero, and the trades are fantastic. Leaving Saya player once again alone, and he's going to get cleared out. Why they struggled versus their opponents. And a lot of it came down to the opening duels versus the duelists on the other side. Kang and Ardis having a field day versus T1. Kiwi, well, he's going to kick things off once again. Saya player, though, he's there. And Ban's found one with a pistol. Every single round becoming competitive so far. Is this one going to settle on their side? And they almost managed to get rid of Mr. Fallen.
Yeah, that was the recovered rifle, and look at Saya. They got this orb to start the round out. Got the Blade Storm online, and that has been rewarded tenfold. Just Mr. Fallen, 56 HP. Oh. And although he finds the first, he is left on one.
He lost 55.
That's a tough situation. Headshot needed onto Ban at least. They've got the angles here, a bit more damage, but that's all that will be found. The entirety of this site, players in the spawn, and that's about as close as they're going to be. The same attempt at spamming through, and it's done some good damage. Yeah, Ban is down pretty low, but they can be healed. And safe to plant inside of that cove. Viper's pit down for the post plant.
He's going to stay in it, I think.
Yeah.
Lockdown being utilized, but he doesn't want to give up that pit. KO ult's gone through on the other side as well, so it will be the detain for Zeta. But he's able to hold on for the moment. Even still, though, initial frag goes the way of Kiwi's doing one, but Carpe just gets two through the pit. A little bit more for him as well. One more standing, a potential ace. But he's just playing passive this time, not looking to get over-aggressive. You know he wants that final kill. We'll hear the tap onto the spike, but it's not quite there. And Moj is going to try and close it. Pretty good for T1. The map changes allow you to get more defender side rounds in general, with that side being easier to lock out. With an afterplant already. It's a question of how much FUT actually want to throw into this one. Now they do have a bit of reserve cash, and for the other side of things, it depends how many orbs you want to sort of hand over to T1, but that's a damn good start. Carpe gone.
Yeah, he tried to sneak past the smoke. A second player coming from this angle later. It's Munchkin, but he's going to be caught. Oh, but the shot doesn't hit. Mr. Fallen. Well, they've definitely stumbled on that play with Munchkin defending this tooth and nail. The lockdown will be destroyed. Just about, but look at the time that it's bought. That spike already diffused. Ticking away quite far, it's half. They're going for it, they're trying to stick it all the way, but the spray from Ban saves the day. Allo this time on the wall through, trying to link up with the ARC players and then push on the back of it. Saya player will only get the one, and Carpe actually caught on the way through the molly, slowing them down on this and putting T1 in a pretty tough position. You still have a Viper's pit to fight back in on the side of FUT. They need to take some space of their own, and that's exactly what they're looking for. Ada Captain in the corner, and although he's moving fast, he's not quick enough on his feet, but look at the HP of Ban. So incredibly low with Moj just trying to find him.
The other side of things, the only goal really of Zeta is to play into that late lurk. The thing is, though, they're so confident in Kiwi's position. Almost caught floating through the air. And that's a big kill. Now things get a little bit panicky as the rest go pushing in towards that site. But Moj, as you said, has caught the spike.
Yeah, they went elsewhere. You know, that was just a flank on B. The lurk late into the round. Ban's up close, and they haven't spotted him. Good repositioning. Spike retrieved, and as we said, you had that flanker, that lurker later into the round. Still, they're controlling the B site. Zeta's got it on lockdown. They can move that spike around. They're doing so a little bit slowly. It is allowing FUT to rotate into position, maybe be close by. It's not like Zeta has anything to catch them off guard here. He's very much just holding this map control so they can get the plant in late round. It's a good pivot, a good recovery. Munchkin, he was so patient, but he's been spotted on the way back out.
I'm looking at that null command as well. Now they've spotted that flanker. Can potentially remove the util. of the rest of the players. They know there's one in towards that back site, which likely means there's either one out towards long or back in on that lurk.
That's a great kill. They're starting to narrow down the angles, but they didn't know that Munchkin was still there. The ammo, the real issue here for Zeta.
As that initial fight, the Reckoning online, they've been farming up orbs throughout the game to get this all online just because of the space it builds up. They do have to be careful though, because FUT have been very happy to just sit on the edge, spam through, and do so much damage, and it's worked out for them again. Carpe is going to be caught.
And the lockdown's traded out as well. That might force some of these players to take a step forward in some circumstances.
As well.
But they've decided to fall on back, concede that control.
I call this around the Observer's nightmare.
Yeah.
It's just every single ult just being spammed into position.
Viper's Pit went down, but so did Mr. Fallen. They've got to get on this spike pretty soon to force players out into the open, and there they are. They've spotted the whole squad, but there's too many bodies to take down. T1 holding strong. They've still got that utility to play behind, but Maj has got the angle up top. The smoke's holding off for just a few seconds longer. It could be long enough. Kiwi's close, and he'll get it across the line. Oh, a devastating round for T1 as the defuse right under their nose. He's been a menace with that operator early round, but hasn't needed to do a whole lot. It's players like Maj, like Ada Captain, pulling it out later on. Krax, who's been an animal for spraying people down through smokes, well, he's finally gotten a little bit of karma coming his way. Flash ready. Carpe wants to punish. They know there's a player there, and they'll catch him through the wall. Great prediction from Carpe. And Kiwi not able to hit the shot with the op. Too many targets. All out in the open. He's got cover this time. A player up close, ready to help, and well, his help will certainly be needed. Mr. Fallen. Is he going to swing out to realize these players have given up the control? Yes, they've moved towards the stairs where the spike is dropped. Maj has the cross, spotted both on the way around, and now they can just hold this together, or maybe not. They separated. Munchkin isolates. 40 HP and 4 bullets. The spike down towards the stairs. He has to move. And in fact, it's his opponent that's moving first. Maj repositioning, maybe knowing that the spike is there, that he can catch a timing.
It's just all about the bait, maybe expecting to be surrounded. Now Munchkin's going to be the one to go that little bit further forward, hoping to find his opponent, but eventually he has to make his move, has to go for this plant, and he's not going to be expecting him to be in that same position, desperately trying to find out where Maj is coming from, but instead he's just wrapped back into exactly the same spot, and he will land the shot. Dog, the Tiger, clear out some position. The fact is, though, T1 have a great read here.
Yeah, Saya player's flank should be perfect, but it's going to take a while to come through. The players on site will have some trouble holding it down. One wall goes through. This is going to section them all around the backside. Low HP, though, on Munchkin. He doesn't really want to fight, but it'll be forced on him anyways. Good opening for Kiwi. Just look at Saya player. He snuck past the turret. He put his cloudburst up, and now they have no idea that he is sneaking his way through. That's an awkward fight. It's bought time, given an opportunity. Perhaps Kiwi can win that fight now if he wasn't crunched on, if there wasn't support here to play with. We're back down to a 2v3. Low HP on a lot of FUT players. The spike has to be defused, and time is on their side. They can swing out one at a time, or they can go all together. A site is under threat. FUT already having dashed in, taken space. There's some weaknesses here. 2 pistols in play.
Do they Viper spin?
The rifle's taking the fight, and Munchkin, who's winning them. A quick double, and this could be the best chance for T1 so far. The only downside is that Viper's Pit.
Yeah, they've actually used it. Even in this scenario where they're down a couple of men, well, make that just one. Maj just managed to find another. The snakebite will buy some extra time, but he is not sitting still. He's gone moving all the way around. A decent position held, though, by Carpe. Just waiting on the other side, trying to find an entry back in, but Maj has found him as well. Having a lights-out game so far. Finally, Munchkin will respond, and now it's left all onto Mr. Fallen. Only a pistol in hand, but some low HP players, not this time.
Theirs. They still haven't gone for the plant yet. I mean, there's a lot of time for this T1 squad to get back in here, go for spams, especially with such an open plant spot. It's worked out, but you're going to be caught by the flash on the way through. Players spotted moving towards the elbow. That's where T1 wanted to fight for a moment, but Zeta and Carp both down. Ban falls too. Bladestorm blinded in the open, and that is only going to leave Munchkin. Had some great rounds already, but not this time. Now Walkabout going to take a while to come through. player like Munchkin may be able to find value if someone from FUT overextends.
Oh,
what was that? A collateral? Oh, well, now that judge is certainly looking a little worse for wear towards this elbow. They're going in, though. They've given him the control, and the fight is his. The lockdown online. And he can defend this. Pushing back in's not a good idea. In fact, they won't get anywhere close to it. Kiwi caught in the open. And we're back down to not just the way back through for T1, but the man advantage to work with as well. It won't last too long without a captain. The trade out is good for Mr. Fallen, and he'll close it at that. FUT with 13-4. Their opening map in Los Angeles could not have gone much better. Choice, and we are certainly not slowing down. The side of T1 had a lot of fast-paced takes, and kicking off this map, it's just the same. Saya denied that early fight, though. The Cloudburst not going to stay up for long. Their safe haven deteriorating. Out of Captain falls too. Maj putting up a good performance, but not good enough. It's left down to the Gecko of Cracks. And Tom, we've seen Gecko quite a bit. It hasn't been something to write home about for the side of FUT so far.
I don't even know if he'll use any of it. Just needs to land the shots. And that's where Crack seems to do his best work. Oh, a minute gone. A bit less to play, but this is where the execution's going to come through again. Saya leading the charge, and he will find that opener. Maj unable to do too much, but his teammates at least trying to trade things back. This time, though, a little bit of damage to Carpe, but other than that, they've kept things relatively clean. And the only interesting really thing when we talk about compositions for these two teams, it's not so much about change of agents, it's change of personnel. Watching the switch up of Ada Captain taking over that controller, the same for Carpe, taking over Sentinel. Slight role switches, but nothing different in terms of what agents are actually being run. For now, Kiwi, anything he can find will be nice. Slight adaptation. This time, though, it is direct. Very direct indeed. The first 20 seconds of the round may have gone, but already into the site they go. And, well, you mentioned smoke spams. There's one apiece. Yeah,
Maj managed to catch them on the way through. That's the problem. They knew where he was spamming from, and, well, a lucky shot on the return gets them the reward. Flash for right side, but no follow-up. They're not looking to take that control, but they have spotted the operator around here. It's good information to play with. Thrash on the way through, and it catches nobody. They've sidestepped it completely. Not going to be retrievable in its current position. Ada Captain falls, and T1, they are in with a serious chance now, locking these players out of control. A quick double kill. It doesn't seem to be enough. Ooh. Even if that shot was connected for Kiwi, it would be a tough clutch, but with two opponents still standing, it's time to get out of there. That's not even talking about the A site. You know, ultimately, when you start around like this, a minute in, your only opportunity is to go towards C. But with Kiwi down, that opportunity now is a little bit more promising. Good stun, good delay, but the follow-up, the thing of legends. Sure, Mr. Fallen will go down, and some damage is found as well. But they managed to stall out that C push. And from the shadows, used to fake out that they're taking this to A. The fake is not sold, though. FUT still have two players here. One in the form of Ada Captain, the other being Cracks, and that angle is certainly held down by Cracks' own at least, but not quite the same reward. Gets back in time to be caught by the Rolling Thunder. Pretty much out of this round for a few seconds, and he'll be caught by Ban, who's doubling up on the site. Mr. Fallen catches them blinded up on site before he's dropped, but they can't get ahead in the fights. It's still Maj, left in a 1v2. T1 have got the plant in. Now they can hold this down together, even looking to double swing it, and the double not... Oh my, look how quickly the push has come through from Ada Captain. Sure, there's a fight, a brawl, in fact, going down on short, but they have full middle control as well at the same time. You know, FUT, they give it up late into the round. Probably good that they did. That lockdown could be served to fake out and rotate back across the map, but more likely just to sit in position and claim the space afterwards. FUT will be conceding it all.
Yeah, at least they didn't manage to get the Thrash back, but that early usage again, just trying to deny the same sort of push that came through in the last round, and the rest of the team looking to build up in this retake. Now you have to bear in mind, in terms of utility, there's a couple of flashes. I was going to say there's no paranoia to get them back in. They don't need it. T1 went looking. They wanted to fight. They wanted to scrap, and because of that, they now find themselves in a 5v2 scenario. Flank comes through from Maj as well. Munchkin needs to pull off one of the most ridiculous clutches you ever will have seen, and well, they're already spamming into the smoke. They know where he is.
It's Saya player coming up close, but further back was Munchkin. He's caught. Cloudburst, good the dodge on the Paranoia, but he'll still be taken down. Carpe with a good frag. They haven't spotted out a captain. He's doubling up, holding strong on the site. He doesn't need any help. Saw Thresh go in, but well, he already had it on lockdown. Zeta the last man alive. We'll find the first. Zeta captain's kill streak finally coming to a conclusion, but with just a couple of seconds left on that clock, I think we know this round is going into FUT's corner. The question is, will the rifle be carried through? The timing was nearly terrible. Blade Storm online. Saya player could be very dangerous with this. A pre-fire blade around the corner. And he's on his way through. Stun caught. He's up top, safe for a moment. Allowed to recover. Will he be spotted after? No, not before he can grab a kill without a captain down. Blades refreshed. And the site seems to be theirs. Even that judge going to be quite scary, as exactly for that reason. It's up close, it's able to spam in the smoke, and if anything goes awry, he has that Blade Storm still to fall back on. This could be a tough fight for Kiwi.
Yeah, I almost feel like at this stage, someone has to make a mistake. And while Carpe's doubled up, kept this further into their favor, Kiwi will be able to get one, and actually Mr. Fallen's found another. Somehow, in this 2v5 scenario, it's beginning to look competitive with an isolated player within the smoke. Munchkin has a chance to put this one to bed, as Mr. Fallen is now all that remains. The other two players just waiting on long. And a contact player in Munchkin. You'd have to hope for T1 they can get something on the entry here.
Well, Kiwi's got some control. A player spotted as well. He'll look for the fight, and that's an execution.
Beautiful Paranoia.
Munchkin down immediately. The Paranoia even stopped the players further back from peeking out to help. There were two ready to swing. Carpe and Ban, and both have been found by Kiwi. They didn't take the fight earlier, and they were forced into it later. This is looking rough. T1 blocked out completely. And even that late flank that they're attempting with Saya player, there might not be anything left to flank. They have enough bodies to cover more or less every single angle at this point, and once they catch out Zeta, it gets tough. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we won't even talk about that for Saya, because it's an ace for Kiwi.
They've got everything to play with.
Nice aggression, though. Saya's not only caught... Whoa,
what?
No! I don't know how he went down there. Sure, the trade is in. Just another remarkable fight from Kiwi. The advantage, though, is certainly falling into the court of T1. Two rifles to work with. One of them is in the hands of Ban, who we see on the C side. Players coming from either angle. They know that Carpe is here now, and they'll shut him down. Only Ban left to find, and Krax does, well, makes it look easy. He'll be left alone. Still has his wingman to work with. Maybe the plant can go down. He can try to move to a post plant already, start the flank.
He'll get his ult off this as well.
Oh, that's huge.
It's tough to use in these sort of scenarios. To isolate a player. If he gets it into the 1v1, you almost have to say that this round is his, and Zeta is going to try and sell a ruse. Maybe that both players are coming in from that direction. Yet to move is going to be Munchkin. The spray's a little bit wild. He's going to go running back into his opponent. Munchkin will just about find the victory in that round. Thrash straight through, as said. He has farmed this all up so many times throughout this game. Doesn't connect onto anyone this time. Kiwi's gone dashing into the site. Made space, but Carpe's done well. Instant trade again, though. It all seems to come tumbling down. Ban at the back of site is the last point of call. His teammates with a supportive flash, but maybe he doesn't need that support. However, does he know? There's a player right below him. He's seen the gun barrel. Eventually, he'll make the realization. The penny drops, and it leaves just Krax alone in this one. And Ban. Everybody expecting to win their battle themselves. Kiwi, well, we've mentioned him going in solo every single time, but it's actually Saya getting caught. The trades coming across the map, individual fight after individual fight, but T1, they've come out on top here and have a lot in their favor. 2 ultimates if they need them, and a man advantage.
Yeah, T1 know that they're happy to play retake on A if needed. Too much of a risk to stick around on site, but they have a lockdown which can very comfortably get them set up. There you go. The star of the show.
Yeah, we love wingman in this house.
The little bro, he's got the plant in. He's bought them that little bit of time now as the clock moves into their favor. Rolling Thunder avoiding it at first. Mr. Fallen actually grabs a kill off of utility, and he's still standing strong down below. Add a captain on for another. Mr. Fallen still hasn't been rooted out. They just couldn't deal with this.
Still got a couple of positions that they need to clear. The lockdown's going to make things more awkward, and the position of Munchkin could do serious damage. They're just going to back out of there. So much time on the clock that they don't need to risk it.
Oh, okay, one player detained. There was only space for Ada Captain. Couldn't fit two players in the safe corner, the safe spot. T1 back into A, 3 players here. I thought FUT were out, like fully out, once Krax didn't go for the plant with the wingman. Once the spike went running back all the way down A long. And indeed, they will be changing direction, but very, very slowly from the shadows. Spots one player, but yeah, you're starting to get the idea that they're rotating. If you're on the side of T1, the plant coming
Lil Bro's got this one. Don't worry, not need for any help here.
Boom. That's how we do it.
They
now
even tried to
very quickly
paranoia.
on it. They're going to try and defuse this already, tapping it immediately and causing this utility to start being thrown out. How has Krax found that? A nail in the coffin for the squad of T1 as Krax picks up even more. The flank is on its way, and that will do it. 13-7. An incredible debut for the side of FUT as they take their opening series 2-0, barely breaking a sweat.
Yeah, the first Turkish team to make it here to Champions. We've had individual players here and there, but